And let's do this thing, shall we? Well, hi there and welcome. My name is Rusty Humphries, and this is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. We're going to start in just a couple of moments. I want to give you a chance to find us. And, well, if you would please, just check in. Let us know who you are, where you're deplorable from. Thanks to the algorithms, we have lost literally hundreds of thousands, actually literally millions of viewers, so you being here is appreciated more than you know. I'm not even sure if anybody here tonight. It's okay, we're going to keep going. And, but it does help. It gives me a little juice when you tell me who you are, where you're deplorable from. We're on a number of pages, including the nice folks at Liberty One TV. We're with I Support Barron Trump. We're with Team Trump, my personal page, Rusty Humphries. Let's talk to Rusty. So we got a lot of folks. Debbie's giving us some thumbs up. Hi, Debbie. Welcome. And we also have the podcast where you're not communicating with me, which is good. I appreciate you listening there, too. You can find the podcast at iTunes and Stitcher and any place a good podcast can be found. Let's see here. A couple of things going on. First of all, how are you? Cindy's there giving little hearts. Hi, Cindy. Hi, everybody. Would you give me some thumbs ups, and would you share the video? Would you comment? See, what Facebook has done... There's Deanna, too, applauding. Hi, Deanna. Welcome. What Facebook has done very, very effectively is silence conservatives right before an election. Deanna's in Oklahoma. Hi, Deanna. What they've done, in my opinion, is one of the most dastardly, evil things any corporation has ever done in history. They've stolen money from good, hardworking Americans, like the guy who owned Right Wing News. He is a triple amputee. Got injured in Iraq, and now he can't make a living because of what the folks at Facebook did. Betty's checking in from Enid, Oklahoma. And the news has been absolutely deafening. Silence. Fox News, nothing. CNN, nothing. One of the great... I mean, this really should go down in history as one of the great moments of censorship in the history of the world, if you ask me. But it's no big deal. Nobody cares. And you say, well, I mean, come on, Rusty. They don't really want to do anything that severe, do they? No, not really. I mean, Alec Baldwin, for example. This is a guy who should believe in freedom of speech, right? I mean, as he goes up there... And Alec Baldwin talks about how Trump is Hitler and how Trump is horrible. He does an impression of Trump on Saturday Night Live. A bad one, by the way. It's not funny. But he does an impression of Trump on Saturday Night Live almost every week. If Trump was really the Hitler dictator, do you think Alec Baldwin would still be alive today? Do you think Putin allows those kind of jokes in Russia? Do you think Hitler did? Do you think Castro did? Trump does. Hey, Holly, how are you? So this whole idea that Trump is the Hitler of our time is just ridiculous. But speaking of ridiculous, take a listen to what Alec Baldwin had to say.
The way we implement change in America is through elections. We change governments here at home in an orderly and formal way. And in that orderly and formal way and lawful way, we need to overthrow the government.
Whoa, it just went away. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, maybe the Facebook guys have shut that one down. I'll try to reboot it, see if I can get it back on. Reload the page.
The way we implement change in America is through elections. We change governments here at home in an orderly and formal way. And in that orderly and formal way and lawful way, we need to overthrow the government of the United States under Donald Trump. There is a small cadre of people currently in power who are hell-bent on continuing a malicious immigration policy that has set this country up for charges of human rights violations by the global community. This cadre has looted money from the federal treasury and deposited it directly into the bank accounts of their most ardent political supporters, so that they and several generations of their descendants will have the resources to maintain the GOP in political power for as long as possible.
You know, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I mean, let's be honest here. The Democrat Party, that's the party of the rich people. Dianne Feinstein, do you know what she's worth? Nancy Pelosi, do you know what she's worth? I don't know what the hell he's talking about. And for some reason, the video is herky-jerky, so I'm going to shut the computer. I'm going to reboot it. And hopefully I'll be able to bring back some of the cool stuff I had planned for you. Anyway. I got to tell you, it is very important to vote. By the way, I see a number of people on here. Are you here? Have you checked in? Have you said who you are and where you're deplorable from? I can't do the show if I don't see you saying hi. I can't do the show if you don't share the video. I can't do the show if we don't get any thumbs up. If we don't give thumbs ups and hearts and shares, Facebook goes, nobody cares and we're not going to show this to anybody. Right? So this is why your interaction is so very, very important right now. This is not a game anymore. This is not, well, I wonder what would happen if Facebook shut us down. It has happened. How I'm here is through the grace of God. Thank you very much, Lord. But we won't be here long if you don't start sharing and watching and hearting and doing all that good stuff. Mike is checking in. Angie is in Idaho. Holly is from Florida. Stan is there. Betty says no one cares what Alec Baldwin has to say. He is a worthless communist liberal that can only get his face on TV by doing Saturday Night Live or spewing his BS. No, he's got a talk show now. Alec Baldwin is considered by the left to be an intellectual. I don't know what they're thinking. But Alec Baldwin has quite a audience and prestige. And they let him be heard everywhere, not me. They literally shut down 30 from now the numbers that I'm hearing are about 100 million people who signed up for all these different Facebook pages we have. 100 million people are not getting the news that they asked for. Shows like this that they asked to see on Facebook. Those pages are gone. Gordon is a deplorable from California. Steve is in Alabama. Dottie's in Ohio. Diane is in Beaverton, Michigan. Susan's there. Hi, Susan. Wesley checking in. Frank from Georgia. Dottie thinks Baldwin is a joke. Here's the problem. Guys like Baldwin, who are a joke, and Michael Moore, who are a joke, carry severe power, incredible power, to sway the world. You know, my friend Andrew Breitbart, he used to say that Hollywood controls the culture, and whoever controls the culture controls the country. I mean, if you think about it, TV, music, movies, when they do a documentary, you know, a movie on something historical, that becomes the history, whether it's real or not. Betty sharing the video from Enid, Oklahoma. Loves the live stream. Betty, love you. You have the same the same name as my mom. Thank you. And my daughter's middle name. Deanna says, low standards for intellect on the left. Example, Waters, Pelosi, etc. Chuck says Baldwin's debut was a ratings flop. It was. I have today was one of those days where, and I'm completely changing subjects for a moment. Today was one of those days where I had to contemplate mortality. Do you ever have a friend die unexpectedly and it just kind of messes you up? I kind of had one of those today. Hey, Wanda. Wanda's in Tennessee. Hello, Wanda. Rolly's there. Let's see here. Just checking text. Oopsie. Accidentally tweeted on Chuck Woolery's page. Whoopsie. I had a friend who, I don't know how to say it. Morally, we did not agree on a lot. But I saw him starting to come around in the past few years. And he actually started, he'd been a Democrat for a long time. And then recently became a Republican. And I always liked him because he had this great sense of humor and this huge personality, and one of the greatest promoters of all time. I mean, P.T. Barnum would say, my friend Dennis, man, that guy's good. Dennis's business was not my favorite. However, the way he did his business was better than anybody else for that particular business. Dennis owned brothels in Nevada, legal ones. He had a TV show called Cat House on HBO. And I knew him originally. I was at a fundraiser for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. I was actually being named Celebrity of the Year. It was a huge honor. And this heavyset guy just happened to be at my table. You know, they put people at tables. I didn't know who he was. And somebody later comes up to me and says, do you know who you're sitting next to? No. That's Dennis. He owns the Bunny Ranch. And I go, Dennis, you own the Bunny Ranch? And he goes, ain't no business like hoe business. Okay. And he had this great sense of humor. And you could say that his business was bad, but women wanted to work there because it was safe and it was legal and they were tested and they were protected. Again, I'm not defending the business. Yeah, he'd been on Jerry Springer. He'd been on Maury, as Rolly said. He'd been everywhere. He had books and all kinds of stuff. For me, Dennis was a guy I would call a couple times a year when I was feeling sad and blue. And he would always have something positive and inspirational and intelligent to say to me. And he called me about a year ago and said, I want to run for office. You want to run for office? Well, what office you want to run for? He said, well, I want to be in the Nevada State Legislature. Okay. He says, I'm going to be a Republican. You are? What changed? He said, I like Trump. I like what he's doing. I think that it's good for business. And he went through all the things that he liked, and I went, man, Dennis, you become a conservative. And he said, you know what? I'm also thinking I'm going to probably sell the brothels. It's time. Really? And I knew he had diabetes for a long time and had been kind of sick. Not sick, but just had diabetes. And he'd lost weight. I haven't really seen him in a couple of years. And but I was going to call. I actually called him 2 days ago. Hey, how's the race going? He actually won the primary. And I was at lunch today, just going through my phone, And Dennis Hoff dead. I guess he had his birthday party last night, and they tried to wake him up this morning at 11 a.m., and he was gone. And, excuse me. Whether you liked him or his business, you know, one of the things I told him is that from a political point of view, when people were going to start attacking you, and it's true, you say it's a legal business. And what was, you know, what he would say about that business was that in the counties where it was legal, there was not very much other businesses, because it's not legal in Reno, it's not legal in Vegas, and it was what they call the cow counties. And he would say the girl gets half, and then I get a quarter, and my partner gets a quarter of it. Who's your partner? Oh, it's the county. So he helped provide fire and police services and things like that to the counties. And anyway, he always had a positive attitude, and he always, oh, here's my thing's up now. He always had a positive attitude, and he always was kind. And again, not everybody liked what he did, but he. So is there a picture of him here? And shockingly, they put him on Drudge today. Let's see. I'm trying to get a picture up here, and my computer's going slow. Okay, well, hey, there we go. Anyway, so that was Dennis. Looks like he lost a lot of weight there. And always had a picture, always wanted to show off that watch for some reason, always had a cigar in his mouth, even though he didn't smoke them very often. So anyway, for me, it's sad that any friend, you know, when a friend passes away, I don't know about you, but I start thinking about mortality, and then I start looking at some of these things that people are doing here in our country and in our world, and I go, why do they do these things? And I go, well, a lot of it's because they don't have any belief system other than what's right in front of them. There's a great video today. Let me see if I can find it on Project Veritas. I had it all brought up for you, and then my computer crashed, so I'm sorry about that. Did you see the latest with Claire McCaskill out of Missouri? Where'd it go? Honor, where's the blah, 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 top story? Huh, is this a new one? It's Deep State. Okay, well, let's see this one. I haven't seen this one. Deep State Unmasked. IRS officials. You should give increased scrutiny to conservative groups. What? I don't give a blank that if it's a crime. Look at this. Let's watch a little bit of this one, huh? Let's see what Project Veritas has going. It's loading. Oh, something went wrong. Oh, this is a while ago. Sorry, no wonder nobody's watching anymore. I can't. There was a thing with Claire McCaskill that I wanted to show you. What's the latest? Video releases. I'm sorry, I had it all up. 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Boy, they've done a lousy job of keeping their site updated. 5 weeks ago. I wonder if they got taken down. Oh, well. Oh, here we go. There's another site. Project Veritas Action. Here we go. Why do they have different video sites? Just put them all on the same site. That's what I say. Anyway, Claire McCaskill, and this is what the Democrats do. They essentially lie to get elected. Democrats lie to get elected. Conservatives, when they tell the truth, they get elected. But the problem is that when conservatives, are conservative, they get elected. But then they get wussy and they go, "Oh, I'm going to pretend to be a moderate or something." Diane needs volume. I got the volume on as much as I can. Maybe you're all being set up. Wayne Dupree sent out a post having problems, won't be on. Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry about that, Wayne. Just trying to show a video. Why won't it show? Won't show. Well, I wonder if Project Veritas is getting nailed here. How about this one? Will this work? Okay. Can I bring this bigger? Can I make it bigger? Nope. How about this? Looks like Project... Oh, here we go. Let's try this. I'm sorry, everybody. Here we go. All right, let's watch this video. Project Veritas.
So, what were you telling me last night about Planned Parenthood?
How they don't donate to Claire because they don't want to ostracize pro-life Democrats in Missouri.
So, but they still somehow get us money?
They put it through different organizations.
Yeah, I think it's a tactic just to not make them too far left to try to get the moderate voters.
But we're still going to support abortion, right?
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more of them not they go through other means to support and give the money. They just don't directly give the money from their PACs.
Oh.
It's like we have to lie to get elected.
Essentially.
Well, if we elect enough Democrats, we'll get some gun safety stuff done.
While McCaskill's trying to bill herself as a moderate, which she is not, a new undercover video from Veritas is exposing the senator as anything but.
You also said, Nick, in this later part of the video, that you take money from Planned Parenthood indirectly and that's effing beautiful.
I've got a large body of work that is bipartisan, that does accomplish things that matter for Missouri families. I'm one of the few senators left that's not afraid to call myself a moderate.
Planned Parenthood doesn't donate to Claire?
Yeah, I think it's a tactic just to not make them too far left to try to get the moderate voters.
But we're still going to support abortion, right?
Yes, yeah, 100%.
It's like we have to lie to get elected.
Essentially.
No, I'm sorry, Claire isn't available right now. No, she's not here. No, she won't be available tomorrow either. Politicians are notorious for saying one thing in public and then doing something entirely different once they get elected into office. Senator Claire McCaskill has turned this into an art form. This time, we talk about how she does it when it comes to her funding. See, in order to win in a state like Missouri, where Donald Trump won by nearly 20 points in 2016, the politician has to become a master in the art of the old bait and switcheroo.
Something that Darcy found out the other day is that Planned Parenthood will never donate money to Claire, even though she's very pro-choice, because they don't want to ostracize those pro-life Democrats that might not vote for her.
Yeah, that's true.
If there's Planned Parenthood funding.
So they just funnel it through Emily's list?
I'll text you.
Probably.
Okay.
They go through other means to get us that money. But they specifically will not donate to us.
So, what were you telling me last night about Planned Parenthood?
How they don't donate to Claire because they don't want to ostracize pro-life Democrats in Missouri.
So, but they still somehow get us money?
They put it through different organizations.
Nick Starost explains how Planned Parenthood hides their financial support from McCaskill, so the senator can try to maintain a moderate image to moderate voters.
I'm pretty sure they like donate through like different means of like whatever, like through whether it's through like Emily's List or whether it's through like something else.
And that's to make, because their name is so polarizing.
Yep.
It keeps the pro-life people from knowing, or the pro-life Dems from like...
Unless they go deep down into campaign like finance, which most people just do not.
Right.
And like the people that do, that are actively looking for that, aren't going to be voting for it anyway, let's be honest.
Right.
So yeah.
All right, so it's to keep the Planned Parenthood name off of the thing, but we still get the dough.
Yep.
Yep, I love that stuff. Isn't that great? Isn't that awesome? They don't mind lying because you are just stupid. You Missourians, you're stupid. You're not the Wyoming state. You're the WTF state. You're a bunch of idiots. Tell me what you think about that. Does it surprise you that Claire McCaskill would lie to the people? Does it surprise you that their staffers are laughing at how stupid you are? Does that surprise you? Give me some frowny faces. Or maybe you think it's okay. Maybe you think it's funny. Go ahead, hit the laugh. Maybe you think that's funny. I think it's disgusting, and I don't care if it's a Democrat or Republican. They think that we're all a bunch of idiots. They think that we're that stupid. They're that stupid to think they're going to get away with it. What scares me is that anybody would vote for a Claire McCaskill or Pocahontas or any of these people who are so clearly lying to the American people. Jason says it's depressing, and you're right, Jason. You're right. Now, here's one politician, whether you like him or not, is doing what he said he was going to do. Donald Trump, very angry today. He's coming out and saying, you know what? There are rumors. Diane says they all lie, cheat, and steal to get elected. Do they all? Let's take a look at Donald Trump right now. Here's a guy that says he was going to build the wall. He did say Mexico was going to pay for it. We haven't gotten that close yet. However, there is another rumored big migration from Honduras coming up through Mexico and coming to the United States. They're on their way right now. And Donald Trump said today that he said the United States has strongly informed the president of Honduras that if that large caravan of people coming to the United States is not stopped and not brought back to Honduras, no more money or aid will be given to Honduras effective immediately. Thumbs up. That's what I want to see. I want to see a president that says, oh, I'm going to enforce the laws. And not only am I going to enforce the laws, you countries who allow this to happen, you're going to be held accountable. Not us. The American people have paid enough. We've paid and we paid and we paid and we paid and we paid. It's not that we're racist. It's just, how much more do you expect us to take? I remember during the Obama administration, well, we've got 8 million illegal immigrants. 8 million? Back in 1999, they were talking about 20 million. So you're telling me 12 million people left during the Obama administration. Well, I could understand it, but I don't buy it. Now they're starting to go, well, maybe 22 million illegal immigrants. I don't buy that either. If you told me 30 million, I would believe that. And 30 million, that's a hell of a lot of people. And these countries, Mexico, Honduras, Guatemala, these countries that are just saying, hey, go to America, go and get good jobs and then send us your money. Those countries need to be held accountable. How would we do it, Rusty? It's not possible. Oh, sure it is. First thing we do is we tax all money that is wire transferred to those countries. Countries with high levels of illegal immigration, we tax the money at a higher rate. That way we can get paid back for some of the money that they're taking illegally. That's just one idea. What would you do different? Deanna says, not surprised, seems par for the course for leftists lately. Any means necessary. Sad that we fund Planned Parenthood. Ed is there. Hey, Ed. Diane, hello. Let's see, what else in the news? I'm going to go short tonight just because it's just us. You know, have you checked in and said hi? Have you shared the video? Have you shared the video? Have you shared the video? I'm not seeing a lot of shares tonight. What's up? Let's see. Donald Trump calls Stormy Daniels horse face. You know, you could say Stormy Daniels is attractive. She is attractive, but you look at when he goes horse face, he's so good at that you can't help but think of what he said. Federal judge throws out Stormy Daniels' lawsuit versus Trump. Trump is entitled to full legal fees. He says, great, now I can go after Horseface and her third-rate lawyer in the great state of Texas. She will confirm the letter she signed. She knows nothing about me, a total con, he tweeted. And ladies and gentlemen, the first time ever, a guy got a refund from a hooker. Rolly shared the video. Where is everybody else? You didn't share no video. What you talking about, Willis? Emphasis on the first syllable. What's that? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ed. The third-rate lawyer said, you're disgusting, misogynist, and embarrassment to the United States. Bring everything you have, because we are going to demonstrate to the world what a complete shyster and a liar you are. How many other women did you cheat on your wife with when you had a baby at home, he said. Again, leftists always project. So, you know, they're going to demonstrate to the world what a complete shyster and a liar you are. It's Michael, whatever his name, he's the shyster and the liar. Diana shared me over and over and over. Shares after you're over. Well, share during the show so people can watch it live. And then we all come together. We are the world. We are the children. A biological male claiming to be a transgendered woman won the 2018 UCI Masters Track Cycling World Championship over the weekend. So, a guy who's now a woman competes as a woman and magically wins the championship. Wow, what a shock! In response to Twitter critics, the transgender cyclist celebrated the victory, saying, first transgender woman world champion ever. Well, good for you, dude. Then he spoke to lowering testosterone levels in sports. I'm still forced to have an unhealthy, low androgenous testosterone level. It's virtually undetectable. It's so low, way below the average for women. Okay, so because he has low testosterone, you still got the muscles, dude. Just saying. If you're not in it, you're out of it. Juan says blackout. Ed is there, says not hard. Yep. Oh, here's another one. They all take roids. I actually prepared today. Actually, you know what a lot of these notes are? I was supposed to do a show with Chuck Woolery today, and Chuck's got flooding in Austin. He's in Austin, and there's flooding going on, so he couldn't do the show. So I just used the notes from the show I was supposed to do with Chuck. Using what I got the way the good Lord should do it. Until athletes protest that themselves, too bad. A little wine with that win. Thank you, Rolly. All right, a doctor, Dr. Ian Pearson, and I've heard guys talk about this, but I haven't heard a date yet. Dr. Ian Pearson has said that people have the ability not to die by the year 2050, just over 30 years from now. Two methods, he says. So we're on the brink of immortality. Do you want immortality? I don't know, I go back and forth. Like today, I'm depressed. I lost a friend. And I hope he found the Lord beforehand, but I got a bad feeling he didn't. But then I go, okay, do I really want to live for? I mean, I'd like to see future stuff, but I'd also like to hang out with Jesus. That's me. According to this, there's 2 methods to stay immortal coming up. One, we might use body part renewal and linking bodies with the machines so that people are living their lives through an android. Okay? What's the other one? Oh, body part renewal and linking, that's 2. Last year, UK-based stem cell bank STEM Project said it could eventually develop treatments that allow humans to live to 200. I will say I've seen a lot of stem cell research and how that works, and that one is very impressive. No, and it's not using baby stem cells. That's not cool. What they do is they get your fat and they pull it out, and so I'm like a stem cell factory. I'm like a stem cell farm here. Stem cell farm. And so they take, and so the earlier you can get the fat in your stem cells, the better. So I'm in my early 50s. It would have probably been better if I could have done it in my 40s, but the 50s is better than the 60s and the 70s and whatever. So stem cells could be good. In just the same way as we might replace a joint, such as hip, and by the way, joint, we're not talking marijuana, we're talking about a joint. Like a hip, specifically made synthetic devices, we can now replace cells in the body with new cells which are healthy and younger versions of the ones they're replacing. That means we can replace diseased or aging cells, parts of the body, with entirely new ones, which are completely natural and healthy. I don't know. I mean, I would rather... What I don't want to be is 70 or 80 and hurting all the time. I had bad shoes and have had to do a lot of walking lately, and man, it was awful. Just terrible. Rolly, is the elbow not in? Doesn't have a joint in it? I don't know. And then we get joints. I'm not a doctor. I didn't even play one on the radio. Okay. I've lost my train of thought. So if I've lost my train of thought, you've probably lost any interest in this program, and I wouldn't blame you. So do me a favor, would you please? Would you please share the video? Will you please tell people I'm going to be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West. Although I just realized we're about to fall back, and Arizona doesn't fall back. So that means I'd have to do the show instead of 6 p.m. I'd have to do it at 5, and I can't be here that early. So I'm going to have to go when we fall back. I'm going to have to go an hour later for you guys. So 10 in the East, 6 in the West, right? No, it'd be 10 in the East, 7 in the West. I'll figure it out. Anyway, please help me out. Let people know about the show. Go to liberty1tv.com. I would tell you go to Right Wing News, but they're gone. Gone. And the owner of that, a triple amputee who gave up his body for service to our country, out of work. Thanks, Facebook. Nice job. Thank you. A-holes. All right. And that just got me kicked off. I hope not. Anyway. Yeah, November 4th, we turn the clocks back. November 6th, we take our country back. Thank you, Rolly. That's a good one. So the podcast is always available. iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, anywhere good podcasts are found. Live, you can find me here on Facebook on a few pages. We support Barron Trump and Team Trump. My personal Facebook page, Rusty Humphries, or Talk to Rusty, talk the number 2 Rusty, if you can find me there. I appreciate that. And hopefully we're going to get more and more pages back. And then look for Spreely.com. Spreely.com, short for speakfreely.com, and it's going to be a new version where we're going to be able to broadcast. You'll also be able to find us, or we are on Roku as well, so look for us under Liberty One TV. That's it. May God bless you. May God bless America. My name is Rusty Humphries, and this is The Rusty Humphries Rebellion.